Hello everyone and welcome back to Amateur Hour, La Liga special. So this week you've already seen a video, hopefully you have seen a video drop from the Mamba and Tornado. If not, go check it out. They have walked you through this week's budget picks for the draft. For those of you that are still deliberating what to do, I thought I'd drop a little bit of a different steer on my La Liga pick for the week. And by that, I am changing my tactics slightly to 2 weeks ahead, so thinking ahead. Why am I doing this? Because I'm not actually getting much luck in terms of targeting the current or the up-and-coming game weeks. I probably had my most luck thinking ahead and targeting the internationals, the recent double-header. Won prizes both weekends after having quite a dry spell. I thought, why not translate that into the draft? So what I'm doing is looking at the fixtures coming up. Where are there available fixtures and where can I stack teams? So let's get straight into it. If we go to the current table, that's kind of how I'd start. Looking at La Liga, I'm not huge on La Liga, but I know a little bit. So looking at the current table, kind of how everyone sits at the minute, you've got bottom three: Almeria, Las Palmas, Granada. Sevilla, you say they're underperforming, but down there. Same with Vigo, they've lost some good players. Mallorca, I'm not expecting a big season for, neither Alaves. And then probably from Villarreal upwards, I would say generally fairly strong teams. Cadiz will probably fall down below there, and there's a couple of teams probably over punching at the minute. We're talking 5 games in. I'm focused on Almeria, Las Palmas, and Granada specifically, and also Mallorca, and I'll go into that reason in a minute. So to arrive there, I just had a look at the fixtures, and fixture-wise, 2 weeks ahead, we have Sevilla playing Almeria, who are in the bottom. We also have Barca playing Mallorca, who are my sort of additional pick, and Real Madrid playing Las Palmas. So this is the real kind of pick for me. That Real Las Palmas game, I can see that being big scores. So I'm prioritising my Real Madrid players first. Almeria also being in the bottom 3. I'm going to prioritise Sevilla within my team, and Barca just having a look at the players available and who fits into the draft. I think actually Barca versus New York is a very favourable matchup, albeit away. So let's start building. If we get straight into my gallery, so onto the draft. It's the first time you're doing the draft. Key thing being you only get to make 2 changes per game week. That are certainly that are free. You can buy them in coins for addition. But a bit like FPL, a bit like the longer formats, keep in mind not just this game week, but ahead, because you might otherwise find yourself stuck with players that you don't want. You buy players using these gems, which you get 400 at the start, like you would do the FPL points. Again, try and keep some in his bag if you can, because then future trades it would be useful. So if we start from the goalkeeping position, I've actually gone for Dimitrovic, who is the Sevilla keeper. I'm focusing on that match in 2 weeks' time again against Almeria, because I'm pegging him for a clean sheet. Alongside him, take your pick. You can have any keeper you want. There is another Dimitri by the name of Dimitrievski, who's available 40 and a starter. For me, if you can get your backup keeper, 40 is the lowest you can get backup players. At the 40, I think that's real good value. So he goes in. So 2 Dimitris at the back in goal. Then in defence, I'm going to put a Sevilla defender, just ready for that potential stack in 2 game weeks' time. Sevilla have got some injuries to their defence. They are pretty sparse in terms of what's available. I've gone for Jesus Navas. He can hit peaks. I think his most recent peak-ish was around 70. He's an old boy. He's 38. He's not going to do too much damage, but I'm pegging him in there for his low cap cost and also the stacking ability, which I call on the game week. He won't be my first choice defender, however, though. I'm going to go with Rudiger at 40. He's massively undervalued. Real Madrid, as I say, have Las Palmas. I think they will absolutely smash. I think the defence will get lots of play, as will the midfield. And I want Rudiger in my team for stacking purposes. Alaba would have been my preference, but Rudiger is just cheaper. If we go into the midfield, we spoke about 2 game weeks time. Madrid playing Las Palmas, my big pick. Jude Bellingham. We're going to stack him in midfield with Alaba, and then second choice we're then going to have Gavi, because 2 weeks time Barca also have a favourable matchup against Mallorca, so they were my third pick team. and I think Gavi is vastly underrated at 46. Striking wise, I'm going to put Lewandowski in there because I want the stack between Gavi and Lewandowski. My theory of this is if Lewandowski scores, there's a chance it could be Gavi assisting, so you get that double game week high score. I'm going for Lewandowski just because he is debatably, I would say, almost certainly the most informed striker in Europe at the minute. His AA game always gets. However, he can still hit huge peaks, 80 pluses, hundreds, etc. And I think he'll score probably a couple of goals in that game week. And then my final striker up front, I'm going for. I did consider Williams, and Aki Williams is very on form at the minute, but I couldn't go away from Lua. And the final striker up top, I'm going for Duro, who is the striker at Valencia at 46. He is pretty favourable in terms of cap space, and also he is one of the top goal scorers this season. So I've got one gem left for future trades. Realistically, I'll probably trade out Dimitrovic and Jesus Navas following these next 2 game weeks. But yeah, that's it. So I'm going drafting my team in. As I said, we are focusing 2 weeks in a time. So this game week probably will not be the most favourable in terms of matchups. I had a kind of a brief look. They're not bad. So I'm going to go with Dimitrovic in goal. Last game in terms of last domestic game. So there's a chance that we can do that again. Atletico Madrid v Real Madrid could easily be a 0-0. Rudiger goes in there for me for this game week. Then Bellingham all day long, just because he's 5-5 goal wise, arguably most informed midfielder in Europe at the minute. And then up top, I can't look away from Lua. Celta aren't doing particularly well, and I'm going to stack him with Gavi. So, I mean, even though they don't have the most favourable matchups this week, that's still a really strong team to play. And again, I'm thinking ahead for 2 game weeks' time when I'm even more confident that this team will do well. In terms of who I'm going to captain this game week, I'm going to steer away from the Madrid players. I'm going to go with Lua. I think he might score a few goals. Punch that one in. And that's that. That is the end of my drafting for this La Liga Draft first game week. Let me know your thoughts on it. Again, don't judge me on my performance this week. Anything is a bonus this week is when we'll really be looking for those big scores. And hopefully the theory comes through. So good luck, everyone. Let me know what you think. Let me know you got your teams. And join us again next week for the next amateur hour.